Today I want to talk about how to purchase a home with a 580 credit score. A lot of times people think, oh, I need to have a 700 credit score or at least the mid sixes to purchase a home. You don't. With FHA financing, you can purchase a home with as little as a 550 score, but preferably a 580 score. The reason why I say 580 is 550, unless you have a lot of cash or you got some type of settlement or you have a lot of savings or 401k, at a 550, you'll be required to put down 10% with FHA. At a 580, you can put down as little as 3.5%, and then still in some counties and some states qualify for down payment assistance where you have no down payment and just have to cover your closing costs. The things that you'll need to purchase a home with just a 580 credit score are first a minimum of a 580 credit score. That's your median credit score. So if you have a 600, a 582, and a 700, then your middle score is a 600. If you have a 575, a 585, and a 630, then your middle score is going to be the 585. So you want that median score, not necessarily your FICO score, but your median credit score from all three bureaus to be over that 580 mark. So that's the first thing. With just the 580 credit score, though, is not everything. You do need to have good payment history within the last 12 to 24 months. So what we're saying, good payment history, no more than 1 times 30 on an installment account and no more than 2 times 30 on some type of revolving account. So make sure you've been paying everything on time. Your balances may be high. That's probably why your score is low, or you may be new to credit, but you do want to have the minimum amount of late payments within the last 12 to 24 months. The next thing is that you do want to have a certain amount of trade lines. You want to have at least 3 trade lines, at least 1 installment trade line and at least 2 revolving trade lines. They need to be one of them needs to be at least 2 years old. The other 2 can be at least 12 months old. If you don't have these trade lines, and even another thing you can do, you can purchase a home with no credit score, but that's a whole nother video. But you want to have rental history. You want to have verifiable rental history. So you can't say I just pay in cash. If you pay in cash, you're definitely going to have to use some type of property management company that's verifiable that will have to verify your rent history. The next thing that you want to have is great job history, or just good job history. I want to say great job history, good job history, verifiable job history within the last 24 months. So if you haven't been on the same job for 24 months, you could have worked 3 or 4 jobs, but you definitely don't need to have a gap. If you haven't been on the same job within the last 12 months and you get overtime, you won't be able to use that overtime or bonus. You'll just be able to use your base pay. But you can purchase. Job history is very important. You have flexible credit guidelines. You probably won't receive an automated approval. Sometimes you do, but with those things, you want to have some reserves. So if you have a 401k, you may not even need it, but you do want to show it as reserves. You have savings. You can show that. Your down payment can be a gift or it can be your own savings. That's a plus. And also at a 580 credit score, believe it or not, you can build a home. You will still need to either own the lot or purchase the lot or have a lot of equity in the lot. So you can also, those opportunities are still there. A lot of people are, I have to have a 700 credit score to build a house. Not with us. The other things you may need are other than the down payment are just, you want to have all your paperwork together. For some of these programs, if it's a statewide program, you'll need your last 3 years W-2s and tax returns. If you're just going straight FHA and you're not self-employed, you could get away with just your W-2s. But if you have any questions regarding this, give us a call. Don't try to pre-qualify yourself out of a home, because that's what happens a lot of times. People think the credit scores need to be higher than they are, or they're further away than they are. Reach out to me, reggieloans.com or 404-461-3172. I look forward to speaking with you. Bye.